Hey everyone, happy fall y'all. It's not fall yet, but I'm in that mood. I don't know, I'm just so ready with this heat. And I know a lot of you all over the country have been dealing with heat, not just Texas. Anyway, I am so in the mood for cooler weather and I'm doing a fall project. This can be for Thanksgiving, for any holiday in between. You can just change the sentiments and the colors, but I just love this box because it's pretty unique and it came about by a mistake I made trying to make another box. That happens kind of often, y'all. But anyway, it opens like this. So look at the little top on it. Isn't that cute? And I even got inside flaps on it. So I'm super happy about that. But I didn't mat the sides here because it takes away from how cute the top is. So I love that box. I hope you enjoy this one. I am using a lot of fall colors. This one is Timid Tiger. I'm going to do the next one in Peach Pie, but you can use Pumpkin Pie. You can use any of the holiday fall colors. I'm using Cajun Craze on here and Crushed Curry. So yeah, I choose all the fall colors, and I even have some little green sprigs here that I wanted to add, just to add a little bit of that, you know, green in it. It needed something. So all right, this is what I'm sharing today. So if you are new to my channel, my name's Angie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I post on Tuesdays and Sundays. Sometimes I say Thursday because I used to always post on Thursdays. But it's Tuesdays and Sundays. Tuesday is quick and easy day, and today is a little bit more advanced. This one is a little bit different, but you're gonna love this one. I think it's gonna become one of your favorites. It sure has mine. So what you're going to need for this is, these are all the measurements that I'm going to share, which if you are new, I put an inspiration sheet on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com with all the measurements and the supplies needed for all these projects. I cut everything out to make this a little quicker. So I also cut out the season on here. You don't even have to put this part on. I actually decided to do that at the last minute because yeah, it's a season. But look how pretty and how fall those colors are. I just love them. All right, so this one is the Peach Pie. That one is the Timid Tiger. So I am using two different designer series paper packs. These are both our colors, our in colors. These are the 20, 25, 27, and these are the 20, 24, 26. So yeah, these are the paper packs that I'm using for the designer series paper, these leaves here. And then I'm using the More Than Autumn bundle, which is here, and Impressions of Bloom dies. I'm not going to show you all the pieces. It's all going to be linked in the inspiration sheet. All right, let's get on with the box here. So let's go ahead and let's just stamp first and get that done. So you just need some basic white. I'm using the basic white thick, and we're going to use the VersaFine Clear for this, and I'm just going to stamp the autumn. All my stamps have already been conditioned. You can tell by the way they stamp, y'all. If they stamp very clear and nice, they've been conditioned, and I've shown that a few times in my videos. So I'm going to try to get that straight on the edge. And I think that's everything for our stamping. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out. And I'm just going to make this as thin as I can. You know how I love fall, y'all. I already decorated my house, believe it or not. I just did it this past week and added, even put out pumpkins and our little fall leaf decorations and decorated my fireplace for fall. I'm so ready. All right, so there's our autumn. Let's cut a little bit off on this side, a little bit more. So we have that all ready to go, and we are ready to score this. So we are going to score this piece, And on the 10-inch side, you're going to score it. Oh, let me use my wax paper. A few of you have been asking recently about the wax paper trick. So this is how you use it. You just crinkle up some wax paper and run it along here, and it keeps your stylus in the channel that you are scoring, and it makes it easier to score. And you're going to score on the 10-inch side at 1/2, 2, 4.5, 6, and 8.5. And then you're going to turn it on the 7-inch side and you're going to score it at 1/2, 2, 5, and 6.5. So that's all our scoring. All right, so we are going to start cutting this. Now pay very close attention to the cutting because this is where it makes it super cute. All right, so we are going to just cut off these two. This is the 1/2-inch side up here, by the way. And you're going to cut off these two pieces here. I'll take it slow for you. And then you're going to do the same on this side. We're doing exactly the same on each side. This one is a little bit different because we do cut it a little bit different where we have to cut a slanted area. All right, then we're going to cut off this here. Actually, we're going to cut all the way down. Yeah, let's just cut all the way down. It'd be easier. So you're going to cut to the second score mark there. Cut across, and then you can cut into this too. All right, let's do the same on this side. So you're cutting two sections right here off. We're going to go ahead and cut into this side as well. And then we are going to cut down on this top part here. I'm going to cut into these. We're not going to cut into this top part. I just leave it straight and I'll show you why. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like so far. We are going to cut these sides. Again, Bella is got to say hi. I don't know. I don't know what she's barking at. She likes to bark, that's for sure. She is a good watchdog, though. Now we're going to cut this off here. And then on these right here, I am going to cut a little bit off here. These are going to be what folds in our cider box. I'm going to do the same on this side. Cut that top off. Cut into these. And then cut down on these sides. And then these we're going to, again, cut a little bit off in here. Those are our inside flaps. So far it's going to look like that, but we have to do one more cutting here. So on this one, I'm going to mark this for you so you can see it, but I didn't mark it because I have some very long scissors that work really good. You are going to mark, you're going to score or cut from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to lightly draw a line here, and you're going to do it from this corner down to this corner. So this is where you get that cute box. So can you see that where I marked it? All right, now we're going to cut. We're going to cut that. So you're just going to cut all the way down. You might want to mark it if you don't have any large scissors like this. It'll just make it more accurate. Okay, that's our cutting, y'all. That's what it's going to look like. All right, let's sharpen all these score marks. All right, so everything is sharpened there. Now we are ready to put it together. So we're going to do the bottom part first. So I'm going to use some CL Plus here. Let's see if it behaves for me. And then these two here. You can use wet glue or tear and tape with this as well. This just works faster, so that's why I keep using it. You know, I get frustrated with it, but so we're going to line these all up. And pull that back there. This is a good size box too. I'll tell you the measurement. All right, so we're going to push those in, and then these we're going to put it on here. And then you're going to put it on this piece on the inside. So these will fold in. Line these up really good. Make sure you line them up good because it does make a difference in how this box closes. And then this one just folds inside. Makes it super nice and sturdy. So there you go. Look at that's your box right there. Isn't it cute though? I really like this one. All right, let's mat it. So we're going to mat the top one first. I'm going to use my regular seal for this one. This one doesn't frustrate me. And we're going to mat that. Oops, I cut it too big. All right, let's see. Okay, it's 2 7/8 by 2 3/8. I cut it wrong. All right, let me grab my trimmer. We're going to have to cut our other pieces anyway, so 2 7/8 by 2 3/8. Yes, and definitely cut it wrong. All right, so let's add this piece before we get into cutting the other ones. Let me scoot this out of the way. I'll just bring it back. That's much better. And then we are going to do the front and the back. I did do the back here. That's up to you whether you want to do it or not. So this is for the front. And can you see why I didn't mat this bottom part? Because then you wouldn't see how cute the design of the box is. But you can do it if you want. You can mat it if you want. It's all personal choice. Now on this one, I'm going to show you how I cut this. I just cut it at an angle here. I just put this corner into the channel and then this corner, and then we're going to cut that. And this will be for this side. And I thought this would work, but you have to flip it. It would work for the other side, but you would have to flip it. So I cut this one as well. And then, see, did I cut it right? I bet I cut it wrong this time. I sure did. You have to turn it a different way. So let me grab another piece of that. Okay, so I have another piece and I have to cut it this way. And you just need to look at your box to see which way it's going. I did that on my last one, and I knew I was going to do that on this one, so this one will fit on here. So make sure you pay attention what direction your box is going. All right, so we're going to add those. Put this one on here. And then the other one. It's really easy to do, y'all, to cut these. All right, so there it is, all matted and ready to go. All right, so we're gonna add all our little leaves and get this decorated. All right, so I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the pecan pie or this darker one on this. So I'm gonna just try it both ways and see which way I like it best. If I like it with the color that coordinates or with the darker color. Let's see. It works with either one, but I'm going to just go ahead and go with the not pecan pie, peach pie. I think I said pecan pie. All right, so let's glue these together. Okay, glue. I left it out. I didn't put it back in my little, it has a little thing that you can put it in. And I always just like set it down like that, and then it gets a little glob of glue on there. So you don't want to do that. I think I'm going to wiggle this one in the inside though. Just like that. And then we'll put it on the back here. Set that down. You can fan it out as wide as you want, however you like it. And doing it with wet glue, you can adjust it. That's what I love about wet glue. And then we're gonna, oh, I did grab my green hoo-hoo here. I'm just using the G2. And I just colored these little ends just to give it a little bit more detail. You don't even have to do this part, but it really made it stand out more. So I'm using that. I'm going to add this one in here. I just like the little bit of green added in here. And then this one I think I'm going to cut because it needs to be a little bit shorter. Somewhere in here. Need to push this one back in. Now, I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter too. There's going to be the bow there, and it's not really going to show, but I don't want it to. I'm having a time here, y'all. Okay, let me add a little bit more glue there. Maybe I should have put these on first, but then I wouldn't know how it would look there. I like that. All right, we're gonna go with that. And I also want to show you one other thing, because I made these little leaves as well. These leaves are from the More Than Autumn one. And they come in 2 pieces. So they come in 2 pieces like this. But what I do is I just glue it like that onto another piece of, this is crushed curry. And I just glue them onto here as one piece. And then I cut around it to make the leaf like a whole leaf. Because I didn't like the see-through part, so I'm going to just cut this real quick. Okay, so then you have a full leaf there. All right, we're going to put on our sentiments. So I'm going to put the autumn up at the top here. And then this is going to go at the bottom corner. And I am going to go ahead and stick my bow on, and I am going to use the peach pie for the bow this time, so it all coordinates. You know, I like everything grab my scissors here. I like popping up these little bows here so that kind of pops up. I'm going to use a glue dot to stick this on. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to add the season and the other leaves. And the season I just put right on top of here. You don't even have to put it on, y'all. I just really liked it. So I'm using this. This is also from the More Than Autumn. So I'm going to put that on there, and then these two leaves I'm just kind of popping back here. It has a lot on it, y'all, but it's so cute. I'm going to reverse these because that one there. And that is it, y'all. I love this box, but it is so fall. You can tell me which one you like better. I think I like the Timid Tiger because it's more fall to me, but this is also pretty fall. So yeah, that is it. I'm going to scoot that up there a little bit. There. But look how pretty these leaves are on there. I love this. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Like I said, you can use this for Thanksgiving. You don't have to put the same sentiments on it. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with this box. It's so cute. I love the opening on it. Have a blessed day. If you need any supplies, you can shop on my blog at stampingwithamore.com. That's where the inspiration sheet is. And have a blessed one. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.